Hello, my loves. Welcome into this introduction for the Gemini Solar Season readings. If you are new to my readings, hello and welcome. If you want to learn more about me, about the readings, and how to get the most out of them, I do have a tutorial video that you can check out if you feel so called. If you are not new, hello and welcome back. Either way, I hope you guys all know how much I appreciate being on this journey with you, being able to show up and serve in this way, and to be able to play this game along with you. I am right here with you in the advice and the readings and getting my own medicine from this whole process as well. So thank you so much for being here and sharing with me in this journey. If at any point you want to support me and you feel called, there's many ways to do that. You can simply engage in the material, comment, share, and you can like my social media pages. You can also contribute financially at paypal.me/devotedvulnerable, or you can sign up for one of my services that you can find on devotedandvulnerable.com/services. All those links are in the description if you want to learn more about how to support me. So let's talk about the solar season. The solar season is when the sun, aka the spotlight of our solar system, moves into a different sign or is in a sign for a particular amount of time. It's kind of like a month, except it doesn't follow the calendar month. So the sun is moving from the sign of Taurus, the second sign of the zodiac, into the sign of Gemini, the third sign of the zodiac. And so that will happen on May 21st. So the solar season, the length of the solar cycle, the sun in Gemini, will be from May 21st until June 21st. So during that time, the spotlight of our solar system is wanting us to focus, inviting us to focus and spotlight the Gemini energy and vibration. So with these readings, with this game that we're playing with our own astrology and the astrological cycles, we're going to find out where Gemini is in our chart, and we're going to honor that energy and vibration by learning more about it and by getting a card specifically related to that alignment. So first I'll talk about the Gemini energy, and then I'll tell you how to find the reading that's aligned for you, keeping in mind you may have more than one reading. So Gemini is, as I said, the third sign of the zodiac. It's the first air sign of the zodiac experience. And its modality is mutable. Now, what is a mutable modality? Well, the modalities, I like to invite people to think of a marker for where the astrological sign occurs within a season. So in the Northern Hemisphere, the Gemini energy and vibration occurs during the end of spring as spring shifts into summer. So it's called mutable because it's adaptable. It's not quite the fullness of spring any longer when we get into Gemini season, and it's not quite the beginning of summer yet. We're in this in-between energy, and mutable really means adaptable. It means changeable. It means being two things at once. So this mutable energy, this adaptable energy, we apply to the air element. So the air element represents the mental world, the mental sphere. So when we're going into Gemini season, what it is that we're entering into energetically is adaptable mentality, adaptable mindsets, changing, shifting mental energy and vibration. The archetype of Gemini is known as the twins. You can see the symbol for Gemini there. It kind of looks like the Roman numeral 2, representing two twins. And what I call this energy is it's the twins reflecting upon creation. Because in order to see something outside of ourselves, we need to have that mirror image. We need to have that reflection. So that's what the twins represent to me. It's this mirror image of creation from which we can see ourselves. We can reflect upon ourselves. That mental energy of reflection comes in this Gemini archetype of the twins. So Gemini energy in general is imaginative, it's clever, it's witty, it's energetic, and it represents things that are the same yet different. So This is the energy, the archetype, and the element and modality that we are going to be spotlighting with this solar season. Now, the reading or readings that are for you are going to be the ones that align with any planet, the sun, the moon, or the rising sign that you have in Gemini. Now, if you do not know how to figure out that information, I have a tutorial video on how to enter in your birth data on astro.com. Just watch the tutorial. It'll take you through all the steps and it'll guide you through how to read the results of the birth chart that is generated on that website. Now, if you do not know your birth time and think that you are going to be left out, I also have a tutorial video on how to find your birth time. I actually had to use this process for myself. There's no birth time on my birth certificate, and the hospital no longer has records, so I had to use this method that I share in that video for how to dowse for your birth time. So if you're somebody who feels left out because you don't know your birth time, well, guess what? You're going to be able to find out and then move forward and be able to play this game with the rest of us. So you'll watch the reading or readings for any of the planets, sun, moon, and or rising that you have in Gemini. Well, you might be sitting there thinking, well, I don't have anything in Gemini. What do I do, Paige? Well, what you do is you watch the video called Background Gemini. In that video, and in all of the videos, I'll explain more about the energy of what we're talking about and how it relates to the Gemini vibration and how it expresses. But you'll navigate to those readings from the playlist. It's linked in the description here. And it'll take you to the readings that are aligned for you. Now, the intention that the Gemini vibration has been wanting us to set for a long time, it's like kept coming back up to me. I'm like, okay, when I get to Gemini season, I'll remember, and I almost forgot. But what it is that the Gemini season really wants us to do with the cards is it wants to reveal to us what we're seeing in the mirror. It wants to show us what is in the reflection when we look in the mirror. That's Gemini all the way. Reflecting on creation is the energy that I brought into this archetype. And that's what we're going to be doing with the intention of this reading. We're going to be intending to see what is in the mirror that we need to reflect upon, that we need to look at, that we need to see during this solar season. Now, one fun thing to do to learn more about Gemini energy is to spy on the solar Geminis. That means take a look at anyone born during this time frame. The ends of the time frame it's a little people can be born on the outsides or on the insides of that time and be different signs, but in general, from May 21st to June 21st, those are Geminis. So anyone celebrating a birthday in that time, you're going to look at them and you're going to ask yourself, how do I think this person shines? When do I think this person is most radiant? And that's going to be an indication of their Gemini energy. You can also look for how they're imaginative, clever, witty, energetic, and the same yet different. You can look at them as an indication of the Gemini energy, a personification of the Gemini energy, and you can learn about the Gemini energy by spying on your friends that are solar Geminis. So, the deck we're going to be using is the Light Seer Tarot from Chris Ann. And we're going to be getting the guidance from this deck. So we're going to be seeing what's in this mirror, what's being reflected to us with this deck. And that concludes our introduction to this reading. I do want to just add here that if you did not watch the Taurus new moon readings, that energy is happening on the 19th of May, so just a few days before the solar shift. So if you want to check those out, they are popping up here on YouTube, and you can see what that new moon energy is inviting you into as well. All that being said, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to dive into this Gemini energy and vibration with you and see what's in the mirror that we are going to get to look at all solar month. As always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors that universal light within you. Namaste.